Hello, my sunflowers. It's been a while, but I am back with another life update, I guess. Not even a life update, like a video diary? Yeah. I'm back with another video diary. Sorry, the lighting is kind of trash in here. I can try and, I guess, like, mellow it out or, like, balance it out. I'll try and do that. Let me, hold on. I think that's a bit better because now we have light coming from all sides. Here we go. But yeah. It's late at night, so that means that I'm up thinking because my mind is, like, never quiet. And I'm in my pajamas and my edges aren't done. If you say anything about it, you're anti-black. But, I was just kind of thinking, about life and my place in life and discovery. I'm at a point in my life where I just want to create and live and, like, soak up every moment. But I don't know. I've been exposed to a lot of creatives, and I think about that a lot. Like, my mind works in a really funny way, so I can think about one thing, and then that'll lead me to thinking about something completely unrelated. And I saw a video about how people that, like, grew up watching cartoons are kind of better at expressing their emotions because they learn so much through the cartoons, because it's, these are cartoons written by people that have experienced something. And that's kind of part of the reason that I want to create. That's part of the reason I want to be a screenwriter, because I have all these emotions and these feelings that I want to write down for someone else that also has all these emotions or feelings, or people that haven't even thought about having these emotions or feelings. There's someone who shaped the course of my life with their work. Rebecca fucking Sugar. I discovered Steven Universe when I was 13 years old, where the only thing that I thought about day in and day out was death. Dying, taking my own life. And Rebecca Sugar taught me so much about life and about my place in life and about enjoying the mundane. Like, Rebecca Sugar taught me so much about love and life. And I don't know, I continue to go through life with this love for art and this love for writing and this love for people who create. And I discovered Rebecca Sugar at 13, and now I'm 20, and a person that I think is kind of shaping the course of my life is Doechii. I listen to her, I go back and I watch her old YouTube videos where she's talking, where she's kind of doing video diaries. She's the reason I even started doing video diaries, but I listen to her speak and I genuinely, truly believe that I can do it. And I've been doubting myself. Like, she had a video, and it's one of my favorite videos, where she says she just wants to create the things that want to be created, and she doesn't want to worry about if they're bad or not. And I think that's something that I fear so much. I fear failure. It is something that I never want to do. I try and be good at everything that I do. And I think if I know I'm not going to be good at something, then there's no point in doing it until I know that I can be good at it. It's one of the reasons why I didn't start YouTube until I had all the proper equipment, because I'm like, if I'm not going to be good at this thing, then I'm not going to do it. But she told me in the video diary, in the video, she said, just create the things that are longing to be created. And don't worry about if they're perfect or not. And that's the advice that everyone gives me. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, the way that I feel right now, I feel like I could also feel on a beach in California. I don't know. I just feel like I long to be there. I went there for the first time ever when I was like 15. And I don't know. I could just soak up all of it. I was just so happy to be there. And I felt like I belonged there. I belong on a movie set. I belong to be writing. I belong at the fucking Oscars. I belong at the Emmys. I belong in a room with other creative people talking about ideas. I belong in a fucking film studio. Like, that's where I feel like I belong. Is the only places where I've ever felt safe. The place that I've felt the safest in my fucking life is when it was just me and 20 other students in in the fucking auditorium putting together a fucking show. And I was too scared to go on stage, so I helped backstage, and I painted sets, and I built sets with my bare hands, and I created set designs, and I ran lines in class just for the class. I don't know. It was just, I don't know, it just kind of felt like home. And because I graduated, I haven't done theater class in a while. I don't know, I feel like some of that's missing to me. Every year of high school, I took a theater class. Every single year. Yeah, it was just kind of like, that's what I wanted to do. But I was never, I don't think I was ever one of those theater kids, the ones that did it all, the ones that acted and sung. I never felt that I had that immense amount of talent, but I was okay and I could help where I wanted to. I was never meant to be on stage, but I could help backstage. That's me. That's what I can do. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be able to do. I don't want fame or money. I don't want my name to be notarized or put up in the lights. I don't want to fucking star on the fucking Hollywood Walk of Fame. I just want to create something that reaches people. I want to create something of substance. I want to create something that people watch and they resonate with and they take that with them for generations. For fucking generations. And there's so many creatives in my generation that I look at and I'm like, wow, the fucking Wayans brothers, everybody in that family, like, well, 5 people in that family longed to create, and they did it. They did it. Their own fucking 2 hands, they did it, and they built like this empire of Black creatives. And when we talk about Black creatives, we don't mention the Wayans, which is a crime within itself. Of course, we mention Spike Lee and Tyler Perry, but we don't mention the Wayans brothers. It's like, I look at them and I'm like, damn, like, they're some of my biggest inspirations. I look at them and I think I'm incredible. Eddie fucking Murphy. Do you know how many things Eddie Murphy has written? Like, when we talk about Black creatives, we need to talk about Black creatives. Obviously, everybody fucking knows Tyler Perry. Obviously, I'm not going to go into Tyler Perry or Spike Lee, like the greats. We know them. Or fucking Ryan Coogler. Like, these are people that I look at and I'm like, damn, like, wow. I feel like I can do this, to write, direct, and star in something, to have my own film company. That's my dream. My dream, to have my own film company, like fucking A24 or Tyler Perry Studios. I might create slightly better stuff than Tyler Perry Studios, but like something as good as A24. A24 has never produced a bad film. That film company produces bangers. Like, I want that for me, but I'm just so scared and I don't know how to like do that. I don't know how to get there. And that's all I want with my life right now. Like, I'm sad right now and I feel lost, but I could also do this in California. I could be sad and lost on a fucking beach. Like, even if I didn't have $1 to my name, I think if I was in California, I'd be happy. I don't know. I just feel like that's where I should be. Living in the Midwest, like, takes so much out of you because you genuinely, truly feel like you have nothing here. And don't get me wrong, I love it here. It's home, but it's like, I don't know. It's the Midwest. Like, what am I supposed to do here, you know? I don't know. I do just want to do what Dochi said. I just want to pack my shit, grab a fucking one-way plane ticket to California, and just go. But I can't because I don't have rent money. I can't bring my car up there. I have one family member up there, and that family member has their own life, so they can't cater to me. You know, I don't have a job up there. I don't have any film set experience. I thought, hey, maybe I can go to college up there, but it's like, I can't afford college. I don't even know what I would even start to do on my portfolio for film school. Like, I don't know how to build a fucking portfolio. And I buy all these books about screenwriting. I watch all these videos. I examine my favorite movies over and over and over again, trying to find the secret to how I do it. And I don't know. I think the secret is that I just have to do it and fail. It's going to be a thing. I don't know. I just feel like my clock is ticking. I'm going to be 21 this year. How many 21-year-olds do you know as like freshmen in college, you know? But that's my goal for the end of this year. I at least want to build a portfolio. Even if it's not a great one, I just want to build it so I can apply to college and I can just go there. I can have a reason, an excuse to just be there. That's all I want, is to be there. And I feel like I'd be happy. Even if I had nothing, I'd be happy because I'm there. I'm closer to following my dreams. I just feel like if I was there, I could see it. It would make it more believable to me. It would make it seem achievable. But I don't know how to get there. I don't even know where to start. And that's my problem. I can't start it. I can't start it. And I just want to start it. But I'm like, I don't have the proper screenwriting tools because I can't fucking afford, you know, a $70 screenwriting, you know, tools. But it's like, I could just use Google Docs. I can just write it. So I have all these ideas. I have so many ideas that I want to bring to life, and I'm doing research for those ideas, but then they just stay in my head, and then I just think about like wasted potential, and I don't know, I just feel like a corpse that's like slowly wasting away day by fucking day. I don't know, I want to do something great with my life, and I feel like if I don't do something great with my life, then what was even the point of this life that I lived? But I'm also, I don't know. That's what's so confusing. Oh my God. So annoying. Like, if I could cancel my subscription, I would. I don't recommend this. It's like finding my purpose in life, and I know what I think my purpose is: to create, to write. That's what I want to do, to make movies. That's what I want to do. It's what I dream about doing. But then it's like, what if I can't do that? What do I do then? I just live a normal fucking life with this unattainable urge to create living inside of me? No, I'm not going to do that. But I also know that I'm not one of these fucking film kids that can make this incredible fucking YouTube video and get fucking picked up by directors who ask you to drop out of Harvard College. I'm not some exceptionally gifted kid who can create something like that. I know that I'm not. But I know that I have something that I want to say, and I know that what I have to say is valuable and fucking important. But I just don't know how I'm supposed to start saying it. How do I start it? How do I write it? I don't know, I've never written a screenplay before, and every year I tell myself, this year I'm going to write it. I never do. And then, oh my God, like, what do I do then? Do I just take it to colleges and they're like, yeah, this is nice? Or just, like, what do I do from there? Where do I go from there? How do I do the thing that I want to do? I don't know. I just kind of feel like in a perpetual state of limbo. And I feel like this limbo is kind of my own fault because I'm not doing what I should be doing. But I also don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. So it's like, it's one of those things. I feel like a fucking hamster on a wheel, round and round and round and round, chasing nothing. And I feel like God is laughing at me like, haha, stupid fucking hamster. But I don't know. Every time I talk to someone about this, they're like, find a relationship with God and he'll guide you and he'll lead you to a better place. But it's like, I don't believe that there's just like this person up there watching me being like, yes, I have your whole life mapped out for you and I know everything that's going to happen to you and I'm putting you on that path. I literally genuinely do not believe that there's someone sitting up there meticulating every part of my life. I believe that there's someone guiding me and watching over me, but he's not specifically sitting there being like, I'm going to make something good happen to you today. I'm going to make something bad happen to you today. I'm going to give you this parking space. I'm going to open this financial door for you. I'm going to throw this person your way. I think he gives me choices, and I either take them or I don't. And I think that's how he works. But I also don't know. We don't talk often. I don't call him up like, hey, God, what's the plan for me? I don't do that. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, if he has something for me, he has something for me. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And that's just kind of the way that I've always approached my relationship with God as I've gotten older. But everybody's like, find God and he'll heal you. But it's like, is it his job to heal me? Am I just supposed to believe that everything comes back to him? I don't know. I really genuinely don't. I don't think that everything is the will of God. I don't think that every good or bad thing that happens to me is the direct will of God. I just do not believe that. I cannot bring myself to think this bad thing happened to me because God wanted it to, or this good thing happened to me because God wanted it to. I believe that this good or bad thing happened to me based on choices in my life or just based on other human beings' choices that inadvertently affected my life because that is how humanity works. Bad people harm good people. And good people make mistakes and harm themselves. I don't think that it's God being like, I'm going to make something bad happen to you so that something good can happen to you later on. I just don't believe that. Good things happen because they happen, and bad things happen because people are bad. And they make bad things happen, or just sometimes bad things just fucking happen. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's how life is. I don't think that that's necessarily God's fault. It's like people who are like, have just lost someone close to them and people are like, God called them home. That's not, it's like, is that supposed to bring that person comfort? Like, yeah, God killed them because, he really wanted to see them. Like, I don't know. It sounds contradictory. It sounds a little selfish. I don't believe that that's how God operates or works. And I guess I have to find my own way of believing God. I recently watched Bruce Almighty for the first time. It's this movie where, what's his name? What is his name? Morgan Freeman plays God in the movie. And that's the reason I watched it, because I saw the preview and I was like, oh, God is played by a black man. Yeah, this feels right. Yeah. So I clicked on it and I watched it. And what is his name? I'm like totally spacing. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is like this guy that gets the powers of God. And, you know, in this movie, he just kind of, he gets the powers of God for a week and he does shit all with it. But like toward the end of the movie, it kind of gave me a little bit of clarity on how I view my relationship with God. I don't know. And it's silly because the movie is really, really, really fucking stupid. But I don't know. I saw it and I'm like, yeah, I kind of see myself in this situation. Like, I don't know. But that's the beauty of art. That's the beauty of movies. I thought this movie was fucking stupid up until the last 30 minutes of it. And I'm like, wow, it's a good movie. I don't know. This is how it works. I don't know. Maybe I'm unemployed and too sober and I'm just too in my head, but I don't rely on drugs to solve my problems or drown my feelings. It's not how I operate. I just completely raw dog life. That's kind of how I'm doing it. I'm not on my Adderall, which I probably should be, or my fucking antidepressants. I'm just kind of raw dogging life and hoping for the best. With no help, with no additives, with no substitutions. I just go through it. And I understand that not everyone can do that. Some people rely on crutches to get them through day-to-day life, but I don't want to ever be at a point in my life where I have to rely on a crutch just to function, where I have to rely on alcohol, drugs, money, sex just to find meaning. That's not me. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I want my life to become. I don't know. Everything's confusing and everything sucks, but I think by the end of this year, I want to have written a screenplay. I want to map out a path for myself. What am I going to do and how am I going to do it? Because I feel like I don't have a lot of time left to figure it out. Either you're going to take the steps that you need to take to get you to California, or you're going to spend the rest of your fucking life here. And that's just kind of how I'm looking at it. Those are the options that my mind is giving me. There's no in between. There's no failure for me. It's success or death, honestly. That's just kind of how I look at it. If I cannot find meaning in my life, then I might as well just not live. I don't know. That's just how I view things. If I cannot achieve my dreams, then there's no point in even being alive. If I cannot write movies, what do I do? I don't know. I haven't ever thought about a life where I'm not successful. I've never envisioned a version of my life where I am not successful in doing what I want to do. I've never envisioned a version of my life where I'm just a normal, regular person working a regular ass job that I hate until I die. No, I'm not going to be working dead end jobs until I'm fucking 40, living paycheck to paycheck. That's not what I want for my life. And it's so scary because I feel like that's where my life is heading. It's tiring. It's exhausting. And I'm in like this perpetual state of confusion and fear constantly. And I want to do better and be better. And I just want to go. I just want to say fuck it all. Just hop on the first plane to California and never look back and just achieve my dreams and chase them. And I can't do that. I don't know. By the end of this year, I want to be somewhere different. I want to do something different. I don't even have a fucking job right now. I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know. That's all I can say nowadays. And that's so frustrating because I'm supposed to know a lot of things. I'm supposed to know everything, right? I pride myself on knowing a lot of things and storing a lot of information and having a lot of knowledge. But I still pride myself on also learning things, right? I'm open to learning things. I like learning things. But I don't know. Life is lifing right now. Life is really kicking my ass. I just want to be better. I want to be able to look back on this as a time in my life where I was so close to having what I wanted, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but it does to me. I don't know. I like learning new things though. I recently learned that the group of people that are the group of people in America that are the most affected by suicide are Native Americans. I'd always known the statistics like age wise. Age wise, the group of people in America that are more than likely to commit suicide are teenagers. We know that. But race wise, I'd never even thought about it. And I learned that it was Native Americans. And do you want to know how I learned this? From a movie. That's right, folks. It all comes back to screenwriting for me. It all comes back to movies for me. It all comes back to art for me. That is my existence. That is my life. This movie is called Res Ball. I've been consuming a lot of Native American content because I have this idea for a show, and it's about a half black, half indigenous woman. So I thought that I would watch some content created by Native American artists and writers, and starring Native American actors, so I can get a better view on kind of like what I want this character to be like. It never occurred to me to fucking write it down. It's just kind of in my head, and it's something that I'm building. But it's because like I want it to be a werewolf show, akin to Teen Wolf, but nowhere nearly as bad or as goofy or as campy as Teen Wolf, right? So I thought about it. I'm like, vampires get all the good representation in media. The Vampire Diaries, fucking Twilight, Interview with a Vampire, fucking Dracula. Like vampires have this iconic lineage of media that you can consume and watch over a span of years, and it's still in people's minds today, and it influences all vampire media. Like all vampire media is influenced by Dracula, and then Interview with a Vampire, and then Twilight, and then you have like the fucking Vampire Diaries, which is inspired by Twilight. So it's like you have all these incredible pieces of vampire media, but what do you get for werewolves? And I've always preferred werewolves over vampires, but there's never any good werewolf shows. The only good werewolf show that I've ever seen in my life is The Order, and it was canceled. And then, of course, Teen Wolf, but that's very goofy. No one takes that show seriously, at least not as seriously as they take like the Vampire Diaries, which I guess like the werewolf equivalent to the Vampire Diaries would be Teen Wolf. The originals, but that was more like vampire media anyways, and I despise Julie Plec, so like I won't give her props for anything. But I don't know, I thought in my head I want to do that. And I wanted it to be better than whatever the fuck Stephanie Meyer had going on. That representation of Native Americans was absolutely fucking egregious, and I would never create some shit like that. I wanted mine to be better and authentic. But I am not Native American. I don't know any Native American people. I don't think I've ever met a Native American person in real life, to be honest with you. I live in a very kind of bubble of life, which is also something that I like don't like for myself. It's another reason I kind of want to move to California. I want to be exposed to more groups of people. But yeah, I've never met like a Hawaiian person, or I've never met a Native American person. I've met very few Asian people in real life. That's like something that makes me sad when I really think about it. So when I want to create these stories with diverse characters that have different races and religions than my own, I want to accurately depict them. And I thought, like, why not at least have kind of like a basic kind of knowledge of the culture and how things work and the society in which they live in and how the world functions for them. So I've just kind of been on this binge of watching Native American media. I did the same thing like 5 years ago with Japanese media, so I think we should consume more Asian media in general. Asian media is like very beautifully well done. It's honestly so fucking amazing. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing, and it's just kind of been, I don't even want to say a hyperfixation, but it's just been what's on my mind as I really want to write this show. I just have this idea, and I'm like, werewolves realistically, I feel like would be Native American. If they'd be anything, they'd be Native American. They'd also be black, because like it's not always spoken or stated, but there were black people that knew Native Americans. There were a lot of Native American tribes that had some black people in it, because obviously the slave trade. Like at some point these two groups of people were going to clash and meet within each other. I have Native American ancestry, which I was like, damn, well, how'd that get there? It's a really, really, really small percentage. It's like 2%. But I was looking at it the other day, and I thought about it, and I was like, and I thought that was very beautiful. And it's sad to me because I don't know their story or their name or who they were or anything about them or how they had come to, come across this. It's just a tiny dot in my family lineage, in my bloodline. And that's That's sad, is it not? I'll never get to know that story of how that happened or how that came to be. 2% of Native American heritage. I have no idea where it comes from. I have no idea what tribe it originates from, who in my family started it, where it came from, how it happened. Nothing. I know nothing. It's just, it's something that I think about, and I think it influences the way that I think about things. And I want to write about it because it's a feeling that I have that I can't sit on, And so the only way that I know how to process it is by making a story out of it. But I have the story of this Black and Indigenous girl who's also supernatural, and her navigating the supernatural world on her reservation, and this connection that she has to life and nature and her identity. Yeah, I was watching Resball. I'm watching Reservation Dogs now. That's what I have on my laptop that you're currently sitting on. I was watching Reservation Dogs. And I was kind of just learning more about how reservations work and things of that nature from the TV, obviously. And then, of course, I'll really Google and read some more up on it. But I was watching Resball, and there's so much I hadn't realized about Native American heritage and culture. I learned that fried bread is a thing. I had no idea that was a real thing. I had no idea that was a thing until an hour ago when I finished Resball. I kind of want to try it. I want to know where I can get some in my state. I want to know how this dish came to be invented. I want to know a lot about it. What is fried bread? And there's this word that they used in Reservation Dogs and in Resball. And I can't remember it. It's just this word. And I don't know what it means, but I've been thinking about it for 30 minutes. Let me see if I can find it. I found it. It's called Studis. They said it in Resball. Shit. They said it in Resball, and then they said it in Reservation Dogs. Studis. And at first I thought it was a mistranslation. I'm like, are they saying let's do this? Let's do this really fast, but it's Studis. I have no idea what it means. I found it such an interesting word, and I think it's a Navajo word. I'm not sure. Studis. Studis is Navajo slang, means let's do this, and is a response to Skoden, which means let's go then. Skoden, let's go then. I thought so. I was like, Studis, let's do this. It's Native American slang. The more you know. It's never occurred to me that the way that Black people have AAVE, other groups of people can have slang. You never realize. I don't know. I felt like I was really open-minded, but I just realized that I kind of live in a bubble, a really small bubble that I'd like to break out of. It literally genuinely never occurred to me that other groups of people probably have their own special dialect, the way that African Americans have their own special dialect. We have AAVE, where we say things that are kind of offshoots of English, but are also not, things that you would think. I don't know. What would you call Native American slang? Because AAVE is AAVE. I don't know. The more you know, the more you learn. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's life is life, and I'm in a perpetual state of confusion, and I'm broke and single and sober. So yeah, quite literally raw dog in life. No fucking crutches. And that's something. Maybe if I started smoking weed, I'd be happier. Cat Williams said in a stand-up, if you ain't got no job and you're not smoking weed, I don't know what you're doing. And honestly, Cat, you might be right, because I don't have no job. And people that smoke weed seem like they really genuinely are at peace. They really do. You never see a motherfucker that's smoking weed stressed out. I noticed that. I'm picking up on that. But I don't like weed. And again, I don't want crutches. I don't want to live my life dependent on something to make me function. I want to function as I am. I want to feel my emotions as they come to me. I don't want them to be blinded or blurred by something. I don't ever want alcohol to influence the way that I feel or drugs to influence the way that I feel. It's the reason that I kind of like am hesitant to take my antidepressants and my Adderall, because I want to be me. But I know that these things help me. Like, I know that they're meant to help me. I don't know. Adderall just kind of makes me feel like I'm like a zombie. Like, it's me, but it's like a version of me that's on autopilot. I'm just kind of in my body and I'm not there, you know? Like, that's what Adderall makes me feel like. Like, I'm just kind of, you know, I'm usually, yeah, but you know, like Adderall is just, it's like one straight cohesive line and that's it. And then the antidepressants, I don't know, they just kind of make me feel, you know, like it's all right, but I don't know. It's not me, you know. I am in no way saying do not treat your mental illnesses, because you absolutely should, but you should also do what's best for you, right? If you think that you literally need to be medicated in order to function, do you. That's how you get by life. I know that there are a lot of people that treat their ADHD with marijuana. Maybe that's the way to go about it. Like, maybe that's the plan, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like me with certain things. Not to say that the Adderall doesn't help, because it absolutely does. Like, if I were to ever go back to school, if I were to ever go back to college, I would take my Adderall, because it does help me focus. I'm more precise because I don't have all the other thoughts in my mind when I'm on my Adderall. But like, if I'm not in school and I'm just like living on a day-to-day basis, I don't think I want to be feeling like that constantly. But when I'm at school and I'm in a fast-paced environment, a fast-paced schedule where I have to be moving constantly, I would want to take my Adderall. I would want to have that medication to aid me throughout my day. I don't know. That's how I feel. I've been getting eczema flare-ups a lot lately, which is weird because I don't think I've ever had an eczema flare-up ever in my life. But like, for the past couple of months, I've been having extreme eczema flare-ups. And I think that's a sign that something is wrong. Like, I don't know, mentally, I'm just off. I'm off. I don't feel like me. And it's frustrating. It's like so frustrating. It's annoying, but yeah, that's where I'm at. But thanks for listening. I will see you when I see you. This video is already 32 minutes long, so I'm gonna head out. Bye.